Okay, welcome to the podcast.
Yay, welcome to the podcast.
Third episode of AAM.
Yes, it is.
And this one, we hope to be reasonable into time.
Yes, we're going to try and get it down to an hour.
Yeah, instead of...
I'm going to keep an eye on the time, the whole time.
We reduced it last time by about 8 minutes.
Yeah, we took about 8 minutes off.
Which is still not very good.
Mm.
But we'll try better this time.
Yeah. First things first, though. We need an intro.
AAM, you win.
And there it was.
Yeah, I reckon that was a good time to put the intro in.
Yeah. I was like, don't you dare go on, don't you dare start talking, no, we need the intro!
Well, we got it.
I guess halfway through, or towards the end, he just starts playing the song.
Anyway, this week, what have you been playing, Mark?
Well, what have I been playing?
Yes.
I've been playing pretty much Fire Emblem all the time.
Well, that's a coincidence, because so have I.
I would say I've been playing it a lot more often than you, or a lot often. No.
A lot more often.
A lot more often. No, okay.
Well, I think you're probably right. I've not played as much this week as I would have hoped. Because I think last week I pretty much spent the time talking about Monster Hunter, and I don't actually think I've played it since. Which says a lot. Last week I was like, yeah, I'm getting really into Monster Hunter. This week, not touched it. Mainly because I finally got Fire Emblem Awakening back off you, and have been playing that instead. But the thing is, I haven't progressed very much at all in that. I think I've done one actual main mission. The rest of them have just been constant side missions. Because I complete one and another one just appears, and I'm just like, well, I better do it. Because when I first started, I assumed that they would stay on the map forever, but they don't. They disappear sometimes. So whenever I see them, I'm like, well, I'm going to have to go for you. And I'm doing the whole thing where side missions, I'll throw my weak units into battle just to sort of give them experience. But now they're no longer weak. Like, I'll throw them out there and it's like, oh, probably going to die. No damage. It's like, guess they're not weak anymore. But I've still got some weak units that I still don't use, like Donald. And I don't really use because they're useless to me. But, so I've done a load of side missions on Fire Emblem. It's essentially what I've done with my week. That's it.
Yeah, I've essentially done the same, because on Sacred Stones, when I first played it, I never used to go back and fight them, because this is back in the day when I didn't know how to play Fire Emblem games, and every one of my units was weak. Every one of them was terrible, because I just had Seth, aka my tank, just take everyone out, so it was just sort of like, everyone was terrible. But this time, I'm pretty much going around, and whenever they appear on the map, it used to be just one that would appear on the map, then there's two, now there's three. Three things appear on the map, and you can take them all out at once, like one, you deal with one, then deal with the next one, then deal with the third one. But the thing that gets me, and it's annoying, is all the levels are foggy. Not all of them, to be fair, but a grand majority of them are. As soon as I start the level and it's foggy, I'm just like, I can't be bothered. It immediately makes me want to not do it anymore.
Quite a few levels like that.
I mean, last night I told you I was playing a map that was just really foggy, and I blitzed it. I was mainly trying to obviously boost my weak units, and I got all the way to the end, and the victory music's playing. There's one enemy left on the field. All you have to do is kill him, and you're done. So I'm like, excellent. And he's a pretty strong enemy. But I know that if I hack at him enough with the weak units, he'll die. So I send in my monk, who is essentially a mage. There's so many classes in this one. But anyway, I send in my monk, who's essentially a mage. And the guy pulls off a critical hit and kills my mage.
So it's game over.
Yeah, right at the end. Literally, the mage would have killed him. The mage would have finished him off. But he just went... lucky critical hit. He had a 5% chance of getting that critical hit.
Yeah, it always happens. It's classic Fire Emblem. He gets right to the end and die, and it's like...
Well, this is the thing. I'm at that point now in the game where pretty much a lot of the boss characters have high chances of getting critical hits. And there's only certain enemies that have a 0% chance against them. So I'm sort of not taking my risk. Because it's like I progressed to the whole level doing my absolute best not to... not to die, and then I get to the last guy, and if he kills one of my men, it's like, oh, I'll have to do the whole level again.
Yeah, no. You just reset it. Or you could carry on, but no.
I could carry on, but to me that's not how you play Fire Emblem. You want to value your players. You want to value who you've got,
even if they are crappy characters.
But everyone's leveling up now. Everyone on my game is totally changing classes. They're going up.
Yeah,
I told you about when that thief stole that Knight's Crest. He stole 5,000 gold and that Knight's Crest, and he stole a talisman, and I killed him, and I just got a talisman. I was like, I wanted the other two things more than that.
I know. Hate the thieves. They always did on the Radiance games where they would always be positioned right next to the.
Oh yeah,
they always were on the other side of the planet, and just had to do your very utmost to get to it. Used to use Pegasus Knights, but there's always archers around to shoot you down. It's oh fine, you can have your stupid chest then.
I mean, I remember I was telling you about this. There's a map where you kind of hold up in a canyon, and your objective is to survive 11 turns, right? Yeah. The first time I played that, years ago, when I first played Sacred Stones, I pretty much remember I just boxed myself in and just sort of went, I will ground myself here and just make sure I don't die, because I was obviously, every unit was weak. But this time, the complete opposite. I just pushed out and out and out and out and out. I dominated every single time. I actually had, they come out of fortresses. They appear out of fortresses on the map. I had my units just stationed outside the fortresses. I mean, there's a secondary strategy, which is position them on the fortresses, so that the enemy can't come out. That's what I usually do if there's constant reinforcements. If there is no end to the reinforcements, I just go and just sort of put them there and just go right bye.
It's a usual tactic.
Yeah.
You put a weak unit on there so they can't keep coming.
But I failed it the first time. I can't remember how I failed it the first time now. What happened? Oh, Cormac died. I got a Wyvern Knight. I managed to get him. Bear in mind on this map as well, not only do you have to survive 11 turns, but you have to get 2 people on your team. You have to talk to 2 people. Both appear on each side of the map, so your lead character, Erica, has to run from the right to the left, in the middle of this huge battle that's going on.
I've got 11 turns.
And I've only got 11 turns to do it, and I get him. And then I used him, but then reinforcements come in, and there are quite a few of them, to be fair. But Cormac is essentially like a paladin. He's pretty strong, but they all just ganged up on him. They all just ran at him and attacked him. And they hit him as well, and they all had 60-50% chance of hitting, and it just annoyed me. That's how I lost the first one, but the second time really got to me, because I was ready this time. I had Cormac clear, he wasn't going to get killed. I had all my strong units positioned where the reinforcements were going to come out, so they were just going to get decimated. But the leader of the reinforcements, who I'd killed in a previous mission, I might add, had one of those ultra long range magic attacks.
I hate them.
Yeah? And he just went for my other new recruit. Because bear in mind, if he'd have gone for anyone else on the map, they would have survived it because they're all strong. But they went for the other new recruit, and called Amelia. She's awful. I want to know if there's anyone out there who's actually had the time or the patience to train Amelia, because she's... I mean, now I've leveled her up. I've pushed her into knight. She's now an armoured knight because I got her a high enough level for her to level up, I guess. But she's useless. She's terrible. But so he attacked her and killed her straight away with a 55% chance of hitting, I might add. I was just like, dodge, please dodge. Just get clear of it. I will take care of him on the next one. And she didn't. She obviously died. So on the third one, I was just like, I'm taking names. I'm gonna beeline for the boss and try. The boss had a Knight's Crest as well, and I wanted that. I wanted to take that from him, but he was really hard. He was so hard that Seth couldn't even kill him. He's just crazy hard. But I just hate those maps where you do fantastic and then that one thing just happens, and it's
Yeah, I always I always take risks with the whole 55% chance hitting. If you've got a low chance, if there's 3 enemies, I can take 2 hits. I'll always risk it, but always happens. Always all 3 of them hit you, and it's just frustrating. It's just the chances are so slim, but no, it'll happen. Knowing my luck.
Yeah. I love Gilliam now, who's my armoured knight. He's now a general. He's essentially a wall. A brick wall on legs. Nothing hurts him. A guy attacked him with a silver axe, did 5 damage. A silver axe! And also, on one of the desert levels, I got Juicel, who's like an armoured paladin. He's like a knight that's on a horse. He's hilarious. The enemies, they could have gone for Ephraim, who is a lot weaker, but instead they all decided to go for him, and he's just there going, dead.
Even when it has like a not even, you can hit him, but you'll get no damage.
Yeah.
And it's like, why are you even doing this? I don't know how they do that. They just do. I just don't understand. It's like just suiciding, really.
Yeah, they really are.
Just like, well, might as well just give it up. It's like, okay.
Yeah, but I've actually done all the side quests now. So the side missions, you can actually do the side missions quite quickly, but as soon as you die on one of the side missions, you're just like, oh, I can't be bothered. I just want to continue with the game and get the main plot done.
Yeah, I want to play the DLC ones. I started one the other night, but I got the red light and just sort of went, nah, I can't be bothered anymore. Just turn it off. Instead of saving it, I just came off because I was not bothered.
Here's a quick Fire Emblem question then. If you could be any of the Fire Emblem classes, which one would you be? And bearing in mind, if you chose one, you would also technically be with the subsequent ones, like the ones they would level up to. So if you chose a knight, you would also have general. You know.
I don't know. Does a Pegasus Knight count?
Yeah, Pegasus. Pegasus Knights, Wyvern Riders.
Pegasus Knight's always good.
I don't like Pegasus Knights.
Why?
They are not usually very strong. And although they can move anywhere on the map, which is very useful, they're also susceptible to arrows.
Yeah, they always get arrows on them. I think wind hits them as well.
Yeah, the two classes that I can't decide between are Mimidian and Mage.
Mimidians are like, they always get high critical hits.
Yeah.
Monku and, what's his name, Zyark from...
Zyark, Joshua is in Sacred Stones.
Zyark.
He's now a sword master because he could have been an assassin, because on that one, I don't know whether... Is it like this in Path of Radiance? I don't think it is. I think you just get one class.
Yeah, I don't think...
You just level up into like the next class, but in this one you actually get to choose which branch you go off into. You can either make... So for example, if I was to upgrade Joshua, my Mimidian, he could either become an assassin, or he could become a swordmaster.
I never really had that in Radiance. They have it in Awakening though.
But I just saw the assassin as someone who just wouldn't have enough potential or power, as Joshua has. Joshua, as he is, the Mimidian, he's just totally strong.
It's the critical hits.
Nothing hits him as well. There's nothing funnier than seeing an axeman go up against Joshua, because not only is axe weak against sword, but you can guarantee that axeman will have a less than 15% chance of hitting. And it's just like, not even 60% chances of hit Joshua. He's too fast. So it's just hilarious seeing this little axeman going, I can do it. Just getting like critical hit.
Not getting anywhere.
Yeah. Well, that's me spent on what games I've been playing this week. I mean, I imagine I'm going to be playing more of Fire Emblem. I also played a bit of Kirby on the Wii U. I played that simply so that I can get it out of the way with, and
you mean the Virtual Console?
The Virtual Console, yeah. Get rid of just get it completed, and then I can start pretty much playing Super Metroid. And that leads me on to something I wanted to say regarding the buttons. You can, last week we were complaining about how you'd have to touch the L and R buttons instead of the ZL and ZR. You can switch them around. You can adjust your controls. So.
How?
Yeah, going into the Virtual Console menu.
Never thought of doing that.
Yeah, I know.
Haven't played that much of it, in all honesty. So.
The reason I did it is because on Kirby, it's like A and B are A and B, and X and Y are A and B as well, right? But I'm always pressing B and Y, which are the same thing. So I'm pressing B to jump and Y to attack, but they're both the same thing, so they're both attacking.
Yeah.
So I'm just sort of like, oh. It's always annoying because I'm like trying to jump over this thing and I press B and instead I just start sucking in thin air as I drop to my death. And it's just like great.
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
Yeah, I think that's about as much as I played.
Really, the Kirby is not a hard game. I think it's difficult only in its sort of control. That's how I find it difficult. Because up, you can't just press jump, 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 jump to like float. You have to press up. Up is the float button on Kirby.
Oh, yeah.
And that kind of annoys me because it's like...
Weird?
It's almost like there is no jump button. I keep forgetting there is a jump button because I keep using the up to float over things.
It's weird.
But, anyway, let's get on to the main topic that we wanted to talk about with this podcast.
Yeah.
And that is
E3.
E3, which is like
tomorrow.
this week coming up.
Starts tomorrow, technically.
Starts tomorrow.
Microsoft's conference tomorrow morning/evening, depending on where you are.
Oh, it's going to be funny.
I think Microsoft's probably the one everyone's sort of looking at. Mainly because they've had such a terrible couple of weeks.
They've really had a poor streak right now.
Because they started off by releasing the car advert, which essentially was the Xbox One reveal.
Yeah.
They revealed the name, and they revealed a load of things
Also,
that technically weren't true.
This is the thing. A lot of people have already started to get confused with the whole Xbox One. They don't know what to call the first Xbox.
Oh, of course, yeah.
They like say you can't play Xbox One games on your Xbox One, and it's just like what?
I know. You can't even play Xbox 360 games on your Xbox One, so you got no chance.
Which Xbox One?
The Xbox One 2.
The Xbox One 2?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, anyway, but... No, they had a bad time. Obviously, they released the first showing of it, called it Xbox One, said, oh, you don't have to always be online, only now you do. Because they recently, was it yesterday or the day before, they said, oh, it used to be, you have to check in every... No, when you buy a new game, you put it in, you have to register it by connecting to the internet, and now you have to, like, check in every 24 hours to, just to sort of, I don't know, like...
I don't fully understand it. It's like they pretty much said that you every 24 hours after you log in that game, if you want to play it, you've got to log in again. So to me, that just means that if you ever want to play your game, you're going to have an internet connection.
Yeah, well,
that's how it works for me.
Well, if you play it every day at say 6 o'clock in the evening every single day, then you're going to have to log into the internet, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly. Let's say, for example, I play it on a Saturday, and I can only ever play it on a Saturday, and I play it on a Saturday, and then a week goes by, and I play it on the following Saturday, I will need another internet connection to play
or
it.
I presume it'll just go, sorry, you can't play the game because you didn't log into the Xbox.
And I guess what it's trying to say is, you need the connection to start playing the game, and then you can play it without the internet for the rest of the day, kind of thing. It's kind of like that. So if your internet connection cuts out while you're halfway through a game, it won't affect you. I think that's kind of what it's trying to say. But it's still nevertheless like, well, I do need an internet connection to play the game.
The thing is, it's just assuming that everyone has an internet connection. Like...
Well, they did this with bloody smart glass, didn't they?
Yeah, they pop up with bloody smart... Oh, well, you can use your tablet, which you already have, by the way. Yeah, because everyone just has tablets. Everyone has them. They're everywhere. Wall-to-wall tablets in my house. It's like, well, no. It's idiots. It's just, I don't know. I don't understand where they did the research.
Yeah, it's like they were saying things like, they've done like focus groups. What focus groups?
Yeah.
What focus group have you gone to and gone this and suggested these things and they've gone, go for it, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
No. I
mean,
the whole gaming majority has just said no to this. So why the hell are they doing it?
I mean, well, I don't know. If you play the game connected to the internet, it won't make any difference to you, I suppose. But it's just a pain the way they're just making it more difficult just to play a game. I mean, and it's almost like you don't actually own the game. You pay 50 quid for this game. You can't. But it's almost like you don't own it because you need their permission every flipping day. Just to have a go of it. And it's like, well, no, I bought it for £50. I'm allowed to. No, you have to log in. Like, why? I don't understand. And then there's the whole issue with the... you can't take it to your friend's house because, Yeah,
well, that's another thing. The game data that you store on your console can be transferred In other words, you can transfer permission to play that game to a friend's console, provided the friend has been on your Xbox friends list for a month. Okay, and you can transfer it, but you can never transfer it again. So when you transfer that data, you are essentially giving it to your friend forever. You can never get it back.
I just don't understand the logic behind any of this.
I don't know.
The thing is, though, it's just dangerous because Microsoft have pretty much put a lot of cards on the table already, because they basically came out the first time saying, oh, you don't have to always be online, and now they kind of had to say backtrack and say, okay, you kind of do always have to be online. And now, but Sony haven't mentioned anything of this, and to be honest, it's quite likely that they were planning to do the same. But the thing is that if they just backtrack now and go, yeah, we're not going to do that, I can't see Xbox One selling at all. If Sony just say, well, no, we're not doing any of this used game rubbish. If you want to sell it, do it. You don't have to log into the PlayStation Network every 5 minutes. You can just play it without having an online connection.
Yeah, exactly.
Then everyone will just go, oh, well, I'll just buy it at a PlayStation 4 then.
I think another contributor will be the price.
Yeah, well...
If the PlayStation 4 is cheaper than the Xbox One, it will fly off the shelves.
The thing is, it really hasn't figured out the prices, because you know they're going to have 2 tiers. There'll be the PlayStation 4 Giga...
Lord.
Yeah. Which will have ridiculous hard drive, blah blah blah, for £700 or something like that. And then there'll be the basic model. It's just
for £400.
which is definitely, you just get that. And the Xbox will probably do the same, but I think Microsoft might undercut them on the basis that they'll say, oh well, it's cheaper, but you can get a subscription to Xbox Live. Why anyone's paying for Xbox Live, I never know. I used to pay for Xbox Live. To this day, worst investment I've ever made. Worst ever. I made a lot of bad investments, that's the number one. But why does anyone pay for Xbox Live? It's one of those things where you sort of realise and sit there and go, oh, why am I paying for this?
Yeah.
And just stop. It's really silly. It's just I think Call of Duty Ghosts is going to be at E3, and Xbox are sort of beating the drum saying, oh, we've got extra map packs.
Yeah, we've got all the exclusive DLC.
We've got extra map packs before anyone else, and you're sorry, but this isn't 2007.
Who actually cares about map packs as DLC?
You can't just go, you pay us £50 a year and you'll get extra map packs. Do I care about map packs? Sorry, but the thing is, I think the best online is Sony's PlayStation Plus. You can either have standard PSN or you can have PlayStation Plus, and you get loads of cool stuff with PlayStation Plus. So I just think Microsoft have got it so badly wrong. I mean, Xbox Live Gold, or whatever it was called when it first started, it made sense. But now, in 2013, with the next generation of console, it makes no sense.
I think I've already said this before, but it's hilarious seeing all the people having a go at the Wii U, going, oh, Nintendo should go the way of Sega, import all their games. I don't get it. It's when they say, oh, Nintendo should get, put all their game franchises on other consoles because Nintendo are going out of business because the Wii U's doing bad. I'm just number one, the 3DS is thriving. I doubt Nintendo are doing bad. The Wii U is not doing well at the moment. It's only been out 6 months.
No, that's the thing. I mean, the 3DS after 6 months was dead in the water. I don't know, because I don't actually think... I think when the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One comes out, I don't think they're going to sell very well at all.
No, they're not.
They're not. And the thing is, everyone will go, oh, they're dead. Oh, console game is buggered. It's going to be mobiles and all the rest of it. Oh, might as well give up the game now. It's not. It's because everyone already has a PlayStation 3 or an Xbox 360, and it's the kind of case of, well, the new consoles don't offer anything that I want right now. There's no reason for me to upgrade right now. The only people who will buy a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox One are the fans. Like the Wii U. The Wii U sold low, at the start, because all the Nintendo fans, it's the early adopters, they went and bought it. It's the core market is just going to look at it and go, well, is it worth me spending $200 on that when all it's offering me is Mario U, Nintendo Land? Yeah, they look great, but there's nothing else for me to really play, so they just go, well, I'll just stick with my Wii for now. And that's just how it goes, and it's going to be the same with the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One, which is that everyone's just going to go, well, for example, what's it called? Watch Dogs is coming out on PlayStation 4. Everyone's like, oh wow, PlayStation, but it's also coming out on PlayStation 3. So if you've got a PlayStation 3 and you go, I really want to play Watch Dogs, you're just going to buy a PlayStation 3. There's nothing like, oh, I have to buy a PlayStation 4 to get Watch Dogs. You don't.
Isn't Beyond coming out on PlayStation 3? Or is that
That's
PlayStation 4?
PlayStation 3 only, I think.
Oh.
And The Last of Us as well. But, like, Ubisoft have all these games that are coming out, but they're also coming out on the lower generation consoles, because it makes sense for the third parties, because it's like, well, I'm not going to bring my game out for a console that's only got 15 on the market.
I will say this, though. I've actually forgotten what I was going to say. I was going to say something like, that's it. Sony have actually done something good. They've done something better than Nintendo in this respect. Their console, the PS3, is going out on a high.
Yeah, it is.
You've got Beyond probably coming out.
Yeah.
You've also got
Last
The Last of Us and the one we just mentioned a minute ago. No, you said Watch Dogs, right?
Yeah.
You've got all those games coming out on
Yeah.
PlayStation 3 before the launch of the PlayStation 4. The Wii had nothing.
The Wii
like
had a
Skyward
year.
Sword was its last contributor, and that came out like a year before the Wii U came
The
out.
Wii was. Wii
The
really
Wii
did
went
fizzle
out on a whimper. I am sorry to say, as a huge Nintendo fan, because I am, the Wii just went out on such a low number, whereas the PlayStation 3, admittedly, looks as though it's going to be quite a big one.
Yeah,
No idea what the Xbox has got planned. I love the games list that was leaked, supposedly, air quote, leaked.
Do you mean from Microsoft?
Just all the games that they're planning to show off at
Grunty
E3.
Land?
Gruntyland is the one that's got everyone sort of going, because obviously everyone who was hoping for Killer Instinct is now gone.
Oh, yeah, they've given up a long time ago, in fairness. But the thing is about Gruntyland, no one knows what it is, but the fact it's called Gruntyland makes it look like it's going to be like a minigame fest.
Oh, Connect, yeah.
It's going to be, you know it is. You know it is. It's just sad. It's like after the Banjo Nuts and Bolts backlash, if they're going to do Gruntyland as a sort of Nintendo Land sort of thing, which they probably are.
They could, actually.
I imagine. But that's not what people...
Well, a lot of people were saying it could be like Raving Rabbids.
To be honest, it probably might not be a bad game, but it's like, you keep making these games for Banjo, why don't you just do something with him? It's like when Donkey Kong was ball banging on the drums. It's like, can you do something with him instead? It's just...
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, it's like, what made Donkey Kong so great? It wasn't him throwing barrels at Mario, it wasn't him playing bongo drums, I mean, that's the thing, during the GameCube era, Nintendo pretty much treated Donkey Kong as an experiment.
Yeah.
They just went, well, we've got some experimental things we want to try, we'll get Donkey Kong to headline them.
He was
what?
banging on the drums, and he was in that Donkey Kong Jungle Beat, and he was almost in a racing game. That never happened.
Was that the Donkey Kong Racer?
That Rare one.
That was scrapped
Just
when Rare was given to
disappeared.
Microsoft.
But at least Donkey Kong's sort of back now. But speaking of back, we were talking about Retro Studios are likely going to let everyone know what they're working on.
Yes. The thing is, about a month ago, it came out that Retro Studios were going to reveal what game they were working on in the near future was the correct title. And I'm just saying, well, yeah, bearing in mind, E3 is next week.
Yeah.
It makes sense that they would release this news in the near future, because the near future is E3. This is like,
they will.
It's kind of news that isn't news because everyone knows it. But anyway, let's go on to our predictions. We've sort of slammed into Xbox.
Yeah, a little bit. And to be honest, I always look forward to seeing any presentation from any of them, but I can't see Xbox being very interesting. I mean, I'll watch it, probably not live, but I just...
There's the other games that were on that list, sorry, about Gruntyland and such. You had Fable 4. Fable 4, if anyone still cares about Fable, this game's for you. There's also, I mean, I remember having a conversation once with someone, and we were like discussing favourite RPGs, like what's your favourite RPG? My personal favourite RPG is Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 4 is probably second. Bear in mind, there's quite a few RPGs that I haven't played, but then again, there's Paper Mario and 1000 Year Door. Anyway, I'm going off topic. But other friends of mine were saying things like Final Fantasy X, Final Fantasy VIII, but then one of them said Fable.
No.
And I just thought, you haven't really played many RPGs, have you? Seriously, I've seen Fable, or I think it's Fable 3 I've seen, and the only thing I can remember of it is farting in people's faces.
No, I don't remember much of it.
I don't understand it. Anyway, but there's Fable 4. There's Halo 5.
Predictive.
I think Microsoft are trying to, or hoping that this is going to be the one that gets everyone like riled up, but it might not, because apparently a lot of Halo fans are kind of annoyed at Halo 4. And there's also that one that's being developed for Windows 8.
What,
the Halo Wars? No, it's pretty much Halo Wars. It's like a top-down Age of Empires type thing.
Oh, right.
But yeah, so they got that, and my first thought when it came to when Microsoft came out and gave you all this news that were pretty much handing you the shovel as they lay down in their grave, when I heard all this news, it just sort of reminded me how easy it will be for Sony to just destroy them.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if I was at Sony right now, it would just be the attitude of don't mess this up, play it smooth.
Yeah.
Because if you just go all out, guns blazing, you're going to look just as bad as them. You know. So you want to sort of... Basically, if you focus too much on the competition, you're going to ruin yourself. You need to focus on what you're going to achieve and so on and so on, what you're going on to. But that's sort of what I think Sony should do. Everything's going to be about the PS4. Yeah, so we're going to go on to our E3 predictions. Just to be clear, I don't think this is going to be our E3 predictions as much as it is going to be our E3 wish list.
In a way, yeah.
It's kind of a mix of both.
Well, yeah.
We're making educated guesses as to what's going to happen, but we're also going to be sort of saying, oh, I hope this is shown off.
I think Microsoft will be standard. Here's some games.
Microsoft will be like, please like us.
I mean, the Microsofts have last year completed the hat-trick for awful E3s. But I think this year can't be any worse than the last three. Has to be better. I mean, it's a new console. They can't possibly make it worse than the other three. So it'll just be a case of here's some games. Halo. Yay. And that's it.
Sony's just going to be PS4.
Sony will be like basically pretty much outlining what the PS4 is going to be all about.
They're also, I reckon, going to try and implement the Move somehow.
Yeah, but they never really...
The thing that gets me about the Move is they keep saying things... I mean, didn't it come out like years ago? Well, I say years ago, months ago, where it was like... They physically announced that the PlayStation Move was a failure.
Yeah.
They came out and said that is the case, yet they still continue to push it. It's just
they
like...
just have it. They don't really... They probably got it about right, because... Whereas Xbox love the Kinect and push it all the way, Sony is just like, well, you've got it.
Yeah.
And it's like... I've never really used the PlayStation Move, to be honest. I've never really had the desire to. It's just essentially... They just made it to have something that the Wii had, really. Which is fair enough. Didn't particularly do very well. But they're still sort of having it. I mean... They tried to bring out that Wonder Book. They did that presentation. Was it last year, Wonder Book? And that was really quite lame.
The Wonder Book, that's the thing. I always remember last year's E3 because Nintendo unveiled Nintendo Land. And they spent like 20 minutes of the presentation talking about it. But then when you look at PlayStation, they were just as bad with
Wonder
the
Book, yeah.
Wonder Book. Wonder Book took up ages.
Too long. I was so bored about that.
Yeah.
I think I actually walked out for a little bit watching that. Anyway. No. Sony's is going to be hard to predict, really, because it's essentially going to be everything about PlayStation 4 if they're going to reveal. So it's quite interesting in a way to see if they're going to follow the same route as Microsoft or not. And I would like to predict that they're not, because business-wise, they could annihilate Xbox. Just take out the competition, quite literally, just annihilate them. But at the same token, are they going to say, well, no, Xbox are doing that for a reason, they want to make monies, so we'll be like monies as well, so let's do it as well. But I don't think they are going to do that.
That would be a silly move if they ever did that.
It would be a silly move. It would be a very short-sighted move anyway. but Sony short-sighted. Ooh. But I think Nintendo's obviously doesn't even have a presentation.
Doesn't even have a presentation. Well, it does.
Has a Nintendo Direct.
It has a Nintendo Direct. I still count that as a presentation.
Well,
I still count that as a presentation.
Yeah,
it's nothing.
It's just not going to be in a big fancy room.
I would class what Microsoft and Sony are doing as stage shows.
Yeah.
It's not like a big performance. It's still presentation.
The thing is, though, in 2013, is there a need to have a big gaudy presentation? Because I think ever since the people have been able to watch it on the internet, it's kind of irrelevant. Because it's just an opportunity to just get Usher on stage and dance. That's all it's about.
Not succeeded.
That's all they do.
Well, they better not do anything like that this year.
Yeah. We should really create some sort of like E3 bingo.
I tell you what is good actually. With the Nintendo Direct presentation, it means that you are going to get a flawless presentation. Well, there's not going to be any embarrassing moments on stage.
I imagine it'll be pretty cool.
You always get embarrassing moments on stage.
The PlayStation 3 reveal.
The PlayStation 3 reveal is one big, massive embarrassment.
Yeah, that was a bad one.
But then there's the when they're trying to do something like Kinect on stage, or they're trying to play with the controller.
Yeah, but displaying the Kinect on stage is always fun.
They better not. Well, they will, won't they? They bloody will. They'll do they'll get some guy to stand on stage and play the game whilst you watch.
Yeah, they always do that.
Right, guys who do E3 presentations. No one wants to see that. No. Show us footage, but we don't want to see someone play it.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Are they actually playing it though? This is what I always sometimes think.
Yeah, the one that really got me last time, and I laughed when I saw it, was the Black Ops 2. Black Ops 2's trailer is brilliant. It's like a Michael Bay film on steroids.
Are you manly enough to save the president?
Yeah. Are you manly enough to save the president?
Is that the one where he goes, "Oh, you ever flown one of these Harrier jets before?" Nope. Well, you're gonna learn now, boy. Yeah. He's like, okay, starts flying.
Yeah,
it's nothing.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
But then,
just top grade.
Yeah, but that whole thing is just stupid. But then, halfway through, it just comes up and it goes, for the... What was it called? For the purposes of time?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
And I was just going, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realise you were so concerned about wasting our time. Yeah, because you have someone on stage playing this game for us.
Actually, I don't think they're playing it,
Well, they're probably not.
I think they're just there pretending to. I don't know, because it's like, would you really risk it? You mess up, you look like an idiot. I reckon it's all just pretend. Remember the time when Sony came out to show off PlayStation Battlestars Royale, and they were all like, "Oh yeah, it's a totally new concept. It's never been seen before." And it was just like, guys, please, just... The thing is with that game, a bit off topic, but the thing is with that game, it was just come out and say, Smash Brothers did really well, we want to do our own. Just say that.
Yeah.
No one would have minded. But it's just the fact that they went, "Oh, this is so original." No, guys, it's not. Just say you want to do a Smash Brothers for PlayStation. Fine.
A lot of people have come out and said that it's a better made game than Smash Brothers. I haven't played it, so I wouldn't know. But my principle is they're too late to it. They're too late to this whole thing, and quite frankly, I just view it. I see it every time I look at it. It's a Smash Brothers clone. It's a Smash Brothers rip-off. That's what I see. It could be a well-made game, but all I see is a Smash Brothers rip-off.
But it doesn't have the same charm as Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Smash Brothers has the charm because it's got all the Nintendo characters, whereas Sony is just like...
Sony runs out after a while.
Yeah, just... I don't really care about Drake and Fat Princess.
To be honest as well, another thing to do with Smash Brothers Royale, Sony All-Stars Battle Royale, another thing they should have done is not make it so much like Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
Take Final Fantasy, I'm going to pronounce this wrong now, Dissidia? I think that's how you pronounce it, that's how I pronounce it anyway. Yeah. Final Fantasy Dissidia is a beat-em-up with Final Fantasy characters, right? But it's not like any other beat-em-up you've played. It's completely different. It's not your average fighter. It's not like Street Fighter where you got a life meter, though you do have a life meter, but it's weird. They could have done something like that. Well, they could have done a game like Marvel vs. Capcom 3 where you got like a tag out, or Marvel vs. Capcom series where you got like a tag out thing where you can, you know, have different people working together. But instead, they went all out and just went, make Smash Brothers.
Yeah, to the point where it was literally...
It was...
the health along the bottom thing.
Yeah, the health on the bottom. The same colours. The same colour scheme. It's like, oh yeah, but each stage is like merging with each other. You know, not one set stage is the same as all the others. It's
Yeah, whatever. Well, speaking of Smash Brothers, though, that's getting revealed at E3.
Oh yeah.
Which is probably going to be huge news.
I am excited.
Well, how much are they going to show? Which is the thing. I think they'll show a little bit of gameplay, a little bit, obviously a trailer probably, and then a few new characters. I'm thinking.
Well, I think they'll show the characters will appear in the trailer. The characters will appear in the trailer because that's the big reveal.
Yeah, they'll be. Well, they won't reveal them all. Well, I think
it will. I think it'll reveal all the main characters that they want to reveal.
They won't reveal the new ones, all of them. They'll reveal Coco. They just will. And we were talking about that. Crom's, I would say, is almost nailed on certainty. He'll probably replace Ike, and he'll end up. I think maybe Mewtwo will come back in place of Lucario.
I think Mewtwo will come back because I still don't know why they replaced him with Lucario.
No.
He does the same thing.
Well, Lucario's kind of relevant now, so they won't really have him. I can't see him having.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. That's why I think actually they brought Lucario into it, because he was sort of like the poster boy Pokemon at the time.
Yeah.
So
I think it might go back to Mewtwo because he recently got revealed for X and Y.
Yes,
so I just think Mewtwo,
third form.
Well, I think the new Mewtwo, that design will come back in Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
So we might see Mewtwo, and also characters. There's a lot of characters that you'd like to see. But we think like Baby Mario's and Luigi, the same style as Ice Climbers.
Baby Mario, Baby Luigi. You're stealing all mine.
What was yours?
No, I was saying that. I was saying the Baby Mario and Baby Luigi in the style of Ice Climbers.
Yeah.
And also Dark Samus.
Dark Samus. Yeah.
I'd like to see, and a lot of people go, oh no, he's not big enough. I'd like to see Varty.
Yeah, the ship's gone.
I know, the ship kind of has sailed for that, because now Varty hasn't been in a Zelda game for ages. No. But it's just like, yeah, alright, we got Ganon, we got Zelda, we got Link. Do we really need two Link? We really need young Link? No, it's the same character.
Toon Link. I wonder if he'll make it. I don't know.
Imagine that Ralph from Oracle of Ages and Seasons. What? No.
Could do to get rid of Wolf as well.
Yeah, ditch Wolf, or at the very least change his fighting style.
Just
make him unique. Don't give him. He has a Danabiki gun that doesn't fire as much as the other guns, but it packs a bigger punch. No. He has a different coloured shield. No.
The fact
he has a Landmaster.
Yeah. Landmaster just randomly comes in at the end. No.
That's not Wolf. When people wanted to see Wolf in Smash Brothers, they didn't want Star Fox in Wolf clothing.
Yeah, literally. But Smash Brothers is something I'm looking forward to.
I'm really looking forward to it. Another character I hope is ditched, well and truly ditched, Zero Suit Samus.
Zero Suit Samus ruined Samus in that game, because you use your smash attack and lose your suit. Why? It just annoyed me. Because I love playing a Samus in Melee and the previous, and I just couldn't really use her in Brawl because it gives you a massive disadvantage, because you use your attack and now you're stuck with Zero Suit Samus, and her smash attack is to put the suit back on.
Very, 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 very weak.
A bad decision.
So I would replace her with Dark Samus. And a lot of people go, oh, it'd just be the same as Samus. It's like, no. You see, this is where I think the makers of Smash Brothers are a little bit off. They seem to think that because the characters sort of star in the same games, they have to have the same ability. For example, Mario, Luigi, Fox, Falco. You know, it's like, they're in the same game, so they've got to have the same abilities. No, this is not the case. Okay? Dark Samus may look like Samus, but obviously black and blue.
Yeah.
But she would have so many different attacks.
Oh, what? Are they all different?
You just have to have the fight with her in Metroid Primes 2 and 3, and you've got a range of attacks you can use.
So many attacks.
And you may say, oh yeah, but then she'd be overpowered. No, just tone. You are in control of the game, guys. Control the power at which she can expel.
I unfortunately don't think that she's going to appear because, again, Metro Prime.
Well, I think this is the last.
This is the last chance.
This is the last chance for her. And if they don't, then I'm just going to be so disappointed. Because if they don't and they go with, like, someone else, like, I don't know, Samurai Gora from F-Zero, I'm like, yeah, because we all love him.
Yeah, exactly.
To be fair, when it comes to F-Zero games, I drive the Fire Stingray because I just think it's better. But I just hate Samurai Gora as a character. He's just
terrible.
Yeah, I hate him. It's just like I'm driving this car, not you.
Yeah, classic.
But
F-Zero, would like to see that at E3. That would be nice.
Yeah, but they're not going to.
Unlikely, is it?
It's
probably the least likeliest game.
Yeah, but the reason why we're probably not going to get that is because what's it called? Miyamoto said that that they've not been working on an F-Zero game since Climax. I think Climax was the last one. That was on the Game Boy Advance, and that only came out I think in Japan, which is annoying because I really wanted to play that because GP Legend was awesome. But anyway, so by process of elimination, we have gotten to what we think is the Retro Studios game that they've been working on, because there's no other franchise. They got a new franchise given to them by Nintendo
to revive,
and there's no other franchise left. I don't think.
Other than one, I can't think of it.
Other than one, and it is the game that I do well and truly believe it's going to make an appearance this E3. If it doesn't,
I'm disappointed every year when it doesn't make it.
Yeah, I'm going to be disappointed. But the level of disappointment is going to be overwhelming because Retro Studios are going to reveal what it is.
Yeah.
So if it isn't this game, I'm going to be annoyed.
Yeah. Because I can't think of any other game it's going to be. I mean, if they come out and go, we're making a new Game & Watch game.
Yeah, if they come out and say that, it's like...
You can just get out right now.
I would just be like shaking. I'd actually be so disappointed. I'd be shaking. I'd just be like seething with rage at just going... No. So we say what game it is?
Yeah, I'm going to give you the honours.
Yay! It's Star Fox.
Yeah.
It's got to be Star Fox.
It does, because it's been a long time.
It's been ages.
I just started school when that came out, Star Fox 64. And been a while. Still waiting on a sequel to that game.
You mean secondary school, yeah.
Yeah, secondary school. But, yeah, it's been a long time. We've had no sequel since. We've had glimpses since then. We've had the R-Wing section in Star Fox Adventures. We've had Star Fox Assault, which never really got it right.
Star Fox is like, yeah.
We've had Star Fox Command, which is fine, but not a Star Fox game.
Yeah, Star Fox Command, here's the thing. Star Fox Command is the closest it's come to the true traditional Star Fox, because... it's not on the rails, which is annoying, but at least you've got free roam R-Wing sections, and the game is pretty much based around that. It's not Star Fox Assault where it's all based around pretty much you on the ground.
That's terrible.
Because those levels take ages as well. That's the thing about Star Fox levels. They take like 2 or 3 minutes to complete. No more. You can beat them in a 5-minute sit down. So that's kind of the point of Star Fox. You turn it on and you don't get up again until you beat the game, because it's an arcade game. You play it from start to finish. But there's levels of depth to what you can do, different ways you can go, collecting medals, beating high scores. There's so many levels to it that you can try and go for. And Star Fox Assault didn't do that. It just took ages. Every level took like 20 minutes to complete. And it's just like, no. There was no depth. There was no expansion. You couldn't go anywhere. Star Fox Adventures was realistically an accident. It wasn't really a Star Fox game, because Rare were making a game called Dinosaur Planet, and the lead character in that was a fox, and Nintendo just went, well, we've already got a fox. So they just sort of said, make it Star Fox.
Everyone hated that game. I don't personally see why everyone hates it so much.
Yeah, it's not bad. I guess the reason why there's a lot of hate for it is because it's not traditional Star Fox.
Yeah, I suppose I really don't mind it. I don't mind it at all. And plus it's got that guy who goes, no, that's too low.
Norris, who runs the shop.
She's like, no, that's too low. I don't deal with cheapskates. Go away.
That lizard. Who has no legs and floats.
You don't
And then, of course, there's nobody ever brings me gifts anymore. There is a giant rock man.
Yeah, everyone hates... I don't know why everyone hates that game so much. It is not worthy of the hate it receives. It really isn't. There are worse games to get annoyed about, seriously.
Yeah.
When I see people get worked up about Star Fox Adventures, I'm just like, guys, calm down. There are far worse games.
Yeah, so Star Fox Command I felt came the closest. But it was very much like a strategy type thing. Like you were given a team and you were given a map, and you had to like go and take out certain enemies on a time limit. It was kind of a decent game, but it wasn't traditional Star Fox. So I think the new Star Fox if it was revealed, it'd be on the Wii U. And that's another thing that when Star Fox 64 or whatever it was came out on 3DS. I implored the world to go and get that game because I was just like.
They said, I think Miyamoto said. I can't remember if it was Miyamoto. It might have been someone else, but I think one of them at least said, if this sells, then there's a high chance of getting a sequel.
Yeah, exactly. That's the point. I was like, going get this game. This is the pinnacle of Star Fox games.
We ran out and bought about 8 copies.
Yeah, we just ran out and just we bought all this. Give me all the copies.
Yeah, we didn't, by the way. But...
No, we didn't. I just got the one, but
yeah,
and it's still just as good as the old days.
Yeah, I played it, and it's good, basically. Except for the fact that I don't like the voice acting. Well, I don't mind it. It's just not as good.
Like you're just a traditionalist.
Yeah, but when you do a loop-de-loop over Wolf McDonald or whatever his name is, you have
Wolf O'Donnell.
You want him to say, "What the heck?" You don't want him to say, "What's going on?" Just like no.
No, he does say what the heck.
Yeah,
it's just it's not the same voice. I know. He sounds more like Liquid Snake from Metal Gear in the original game.
Yeah, exactly.
What would you rather have? Would you rather have Annoying Bird, I'm the Great Leon, or would you rather have that kind of voice actor that appeared in Star Fox Assault Onwards? Don't you remember?
Why did they do that to Leon?
They like full on emasculated Leon.
They really did.
I mean, when Leon spoke as well.
He had like this sophisticated thing about him, like he was sat in his R-wing or whatever it is, like with a brandy.
Yeah.
Just sort of like, Annoying Bird, I'm the Great Leon. And then they just went and made him this.
Well, I think it's because in the revamp version of him, he's like a slender chameleon kind of thing. He's like really thin. He's like Slenderman, but. When you hear his voice and all you see is his head, I get the impression that he's like some hench, massive, bulking creature that's just driving this giant tank like an Arnold Schwarzenegger lizard type thing. Yeah. He's going, Annoying Bird, I'm the Great Leon. But it's just like, instead we get someone who's trying to ram a tricycle into a bin.
It is pretty bad. But that's... another big game that I want to see at E3. I mean, what else do I want to see at E3? I think I want to see Game Boy Advance games on the Virtual Console and 3DS.
Yes.
I think it's about time they finally announced that, to be honest.
That is something
they've had enough time. We know it's possible. You gave them away for free. Give it us now. Because thing is, there are so many Game Boy Advance games that I want to buy, and I'm not going to buy them off eBay because I don't fancy paying £60 for a game that was very little at the time, and I could get on the Virtual Console for about £7. So just give it me now.
Off the top of my head, I can think of at least 3 games, and there's more. I don't worry. There's not like only 3 games, please. But it's like I can think of 3 games that I would really want on the Game Boy Advance Virtual Console. I would want Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga.
Oh yeah.
I want it.
Well, it's
so bad.
Impossible to buy now, other than eBay.
Yeah, it's like £80 on the internet. It's like what? But Golden Sun.
Oh yeah.
Right. I need Golden Sun. Story behind Golden Sun. I lost it. 2004, I got it and I lost it. I lost that game cartridge, and this was back when I didn't know how to play RPGs, and so I didn't really appreciate it, but then as the years went on, I really did appreciate it. I was like, oh my god, that was an amazing RPG. I want it so much. So Golden Sun, I need to have it. I lost that game cartridge. I think I went on holiday and left it there, annoyingly. So it's gone. It's not like, oh, just try and find it. No, I think it's well and truly gone. I've still got the box, but the cartridge is just gone. Oh, and another one I want to play is the Araya of Sorrow, a Castlevania game.
Yeah.
There's quite a few Castlevania games actually.
There's quite a few GBA games. I mean, so
yeah.
many.
I mean, the thing is as well, because I'm on the ambassador, I got 10. I got 10 Game Boy Advance games. Sacred Stones being one of them. And I also want to play the other Fire Emblem games that came out on the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
The one that's literally called Fire Emblem. There is another. It's got a subtitle, but in Europe it was called just Fire Emblem. It's something like Fire Emblem 6.
It's the same as the first Fire Emblem in Japan. That got redone, so it's a bit weird.
Isn't the first Fire Emblem Shadow Dragon?
I can't remember now.
I can't. Anyway, but yeah, there's quite a few games that I would want to see on the Game Boy Advance. What other announcements?
Well, I think 3DS wise, that. I don't think there's going to be much for 3DS because I think they kind of covered it at the last Direct. But my God, did they need any more?
I think they're going to just pretty much go further on that and just say like, this game's coming out here, this game's coming out. Like, I reckon one of the biggest games this summer that I'm really looking forward to is Mario & Luigi Dream Team.
I think, yeah, that game looks really good. But I think Nintendo usually, they have like a surprise announcement. They have a habit of doing it, like they'll say, this new game's coming out. Oh, by the way, it's out next month. They have a habit of doing that. Like, the last one I can remember is New Super Mario Bros. 2. And on Nintendo Direct they went, oh yeah, New Super Mario Bros. 2 is out next month. What? And,
yeah, they did.
They have a habit of doing that, so they said, I reckon, but for 3DS they don't need one. They might do it for Wii U. But for 3DS,
they don't need it for Wii U.
3DS, I have a feeling this is the time they're going to announce Majora's Mask.
Yeah, they may do.
I just think it's going to come. It is eventually. Look, it's eventually going to.
It is right. To me,
it's so well enough on the 3DS to make Majora's Mask.
It's not a case of if; it's a case of when for us.
Yeah,
we know it is going to happen.
It's being made right now.
It is going to happen because I can't pronounce his name, but the guy who usually works on Zelda games, EG, his name is. He has said that he's not going to deny a Majora's Mask could come on the 3DS.
The only thing that's stopping at the moment is they've got a 3DS Zelda already coming out.
Well, that's the thing. That's what's making me think it's not going to be Majora's Mask because I reckon they're going to bring out that first and then they're going to bring out Majora's
so maybe
Mask.
next year's E3. But then you've got Wind Waker La-Di-Da HD on the Wii U coming out as well.
Wii U, yeah.
But I think that's going to be it 3DS wise because I can't see them. I mean, I've always said they'll bring out Mario Galaxy 3D, but I don't think there's any need in bringing that out this time round.
Yeah, 3DS needs to sort of have a hiatus from this
because it's just too much. Seriously, they're just. How much are they going to give for 3DS? I just couldn't believe the last Nintendo Direct. They just kept rolling it out, and it's like I've never seen this many games come out for one console in such quick succession.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, the Wii U is just sat there going, oh, crap. It's just like, can we have some games for the Wii U, please? Well,
here's the thing. There was a Nintendo Direct a while ago that was 3... They released like loads of games, didn't they? Told everyone that they're going to be doing these games. And to me, it was just sort of we kind of knew that.
Yeah.
Like, for example, they gave away all the big ones that you kind of knew were going to be there. Like, there was the Mario Kart, the 3D Mario. There was a new Yoshi game announced, which was like Yoshi's Epic Yarn kind of thing.
Yeah. It looks good, actually.
It does look pretty good. The thing is, though, it does look good, but it's just like... Give us Yoshi. Yeah. Give us, like, a proper Yoshi game, not this cartoony style thing.
I do think there's going to be a lot of Wii U announcements.
But I think we're going to get all those details. Smash Brothers was obviously another one. Another thing that they're going to mention, of course, with Smash Brothers is the fact that it's also on the 3DS, isn't it?
Yeah.
So we've also got that. And imagine that, Smash Brothers is coming out next month. Just everyone explodes.
Mario Kart could get shown this time. Right?
I reckon Mario Kart can get shown, and I reckon that's going to be the holiday release. I reckon that's what's going to come out this Christmas.
Oh, that could really help.
That's what I do believe that Mario Kart is coming out on Christmas.
Well, they've said a Mario game's coming out this year.
They did say Mario game's coming out this year, so it could be Mario Kart, and then they could just sort of have a troll face.
Yeah. Oh, did you run with 3D Mario? Well, it's 3D, isn't it?
It's 3D. Yeah, well, it's three-dimensional.
But yeah, I don't know. I just like to see more for the Wii U because it's such a shame. Because I've got the console, and I don't. The thing is, I don't regret buying it. I don't.
No, I don't.
But,
the other thing, the Wii U to me is a brilliant piece of kit.
It really is.
Everyone's
And
like, it's terrible, it's gimmick obsessive. Yes. No.
I feel better about the Wii U after seeing what Sony and Xbox are doing. Because for me, in my opinion, my humble opinion, I think the Wii U is the only one that's actually moved forwards in the next generation. Because
it's the only one that's actually a next generation.
It's not as big a leap as like the GameCube to Wii, which was a huge leap.
Yeah, that was a huge leap.
It's at least a move forward, because it frustrates me that Sony and Microsoft's idea of a next generation is just to add more power to it.
Just pretty much slap an engine to it.
I mean, alright, I've seen the images of like Forza and then a PlayStation 4 that's like Watch Dogs, and it's like, oh, they look so good. To be honest, they just look like PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 graphics to me. I can't see,
in a way,
that much of a difference.
The Wii U looks quite similar to the Wii, but in a sense it kind of doesn't, because if you've played the final boss of Mario U, for example, Bowser in HD,
yeah,
you can see the lava glowing off of his body. It's just
really
like
is epic.
that looks brilliant.
HD is kind of all you need.
Yeah,
I don't see, like, I watch, like I said to you, I've watched like the bits of the Xbox One games and whatnot, and like I think EA came out and showed off a few of its sports games, and it's like, let's just see some of the action, and it just shows you like cinematic stuff, and it's like, well, none of this, I don't see anything, nothing I see here can't be done on a PlayStation 3.
This is the opening cutscene, like the one we see before the press start screen.
Oh, I can do, look at him slam dunk, and this looks like PlayStation 3.
Yeah.
No different. And I think that's the biggest problem for those two, Sony and Microsoft, is that they've got to convince people that this is going to be worth it. Because as I say, I don't think they're going to sell very well at the start, because it's about games at the end of the day, and all the games that are coming out on PS4 and Xbox One are going to come out on the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360 as well, because the third parties just have to, really. I think Sony could help themselves quite a lot in this year's E3 if they finally just say The Last Guardian is going to come out.
Oh, it's funny. Well, that's the reason we got a PS3.
Yeah.
And it isn't even
out. Oh. I don't. Actually, it annoys me, The Last Guardian, because is it ever going to arrive?
Yeah.
Kind of giving up on it.
That could be the big game. As I say though, okay, I think we should summarise this, because we're getting, well, we're actually over an hour now, but there's a couple of things that we need to change. But anyway, to summarise, Sony have got a very strong lineup of games coming up for the PlayStation 3, and they've also got the PlayStation 4 to show off. Microsoft have a lot of pressure on them. They have got to work the magic of Jesus Christ, because
the thing is,
they're
Microsoft
in
are
trouble.
going to do the usual. They're going to come out and they're going to ignore everybody and just show the games. That's what they're going to do. They're going to come out with their hands with the fingers in their ears and just go, here's some games. Not address any issues whatsoever, and just...
Well, here's another thing though. I reckon they're also going to spend like full half-hour segments on non-games.
Oh, I hope they spend half an hour telling us how we can use Skype.
Oh,
and
they
we
will.
can watch Netflix, because I really want them to do that.
Well, you're in luck.
Yeah. I guarantee they're going to spend a long time talking about stuff like that.
That's what they hear this podcast and just go, whoa, well, we got a good web story.
Connect. Show us how to use Skype. No. Please, no.
Connect. Use Skype. I just like come in on my buddy Barry eating like spaghetti bolognese. Like, well, I just thought I'd have a conversation.
Yeah, I presume you have to answer. Xbox answer.
Xbox answer. Yeah, I just go to voicemail.
Yeah.
Skype, turn off.
Skype off. Camera off. Xbox One off. Actually, just go to the router and turn it off. That'll do it.
Yeah, just kill the router.
Kill the router and you'll kill the Xbox. It's like flipping Hal, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't let
Or
you
like-
do that, Dave. I just want to play the game, Hal.
Yeah, it's like Hal.
Start singing Daisy.
Harrowing.
Harrowing.
And so we've got PlayStation sorted,
Yeah, so
we've
that's
got
that.
Xbox sorted.
Wii U.
Nintendo is going to be all focused on the Wii U. A couple of mentions of the 3DS. Star Fox, I think, is going to be the big main mention. In terms of like what they can do with this Star Fox, I'm going to be blown away. All I need, right? Donkey Kong Country Returns
Yeah.
was an I'm speechless. I can't find which word to use to describe how good that game was. Right?
Yeah.
It was classic Donkey Kong, and they didn't just bring what made Donkey Kong good back. They also added new things that were just as good. Right? Retro Studios is clues in the name. They take what's retro, they bring it forwards, and they add new things to it that improve it. That's awesome. They did it with Metroid Prime. They've done it with Donkey Kong. If they've got Star Fox, if it just comes up, all they need to do, Nintendo, is put Star Fox and Retro Studios on the same screen, and I'm sold. I don't even need to see any footage. I don't even need to know anything. I am sold. You have got my money day one.
Yeah, pretty much.
I am there in the line at Amazon to get that game on day one.
In line at Amazon. Go all the way down to Jersey and queue up.
Yeah, just stand outside the warehouse like, who's gonna have the game?
You again.
Oh, it's you again.
Sonic. We haven't mentioned Sonic Lost World either. That's going to be shown.
Nah, who cares about that?
I'm
joking.
joking.
I'm quite looking forward to Lost
I'm
World.
indifferent. I don't know. When I first announced, I was like meh, but I've seen a bit of it, and I'm interested in the 3DS version. Not so much the Wii U version.
I'm interested in the Wii U version. I'm interested in the version full stop because it's a partner with Nintendo. It's a Sonic game partnered with Nintendo. Now, here's the thing. Sega have not done any good Sonic games for a while.
Not since the
Sonic Rush series was decent.
That's it, right, isn't it?
And Sonic Colors was alright, and so was Sonic Generations, got a lot of good reviews. But Sonic Unleashed and Sonic 06 kind of pull it down a lot. Sonic 06, the game that
Sonic
shall not be named.
Is that the one that was called Sonic the Hedgehog?
Yeah, Sonic the Hedgehog. But everyone just called it Sonic 06 because it's just confusing to go, hey, that game Sonic the Hedgehog is awful. Wait, what do you mean? The one on the Mega Drive is amazing. No, I mean the one on the Xbox 360. Oh, you mean Sonic 06?
Called it Sonic the Hedgehog as if it's like a...
It's a reboot. It's like it's supposed to be a reboot, but it was
nothing like it at all.
It was nothing like the classic Sonic. For example, it's taking a lot of people like 15 minutes to play a level. This is the thing, it's like original Sonic games, you got a 10-minute time limit. If you fail, time up. Right? And you didn't even need that. You could cross the finish line of those levels in 2 minutes flat.
That's what Sonic was all about, really.
It was all about speed, exactly.
Now it's just...
oh, well, you've got to do this to fight Eggman. Go collect this thing. No. Run.
I don't know why Sonic became a collectible game. But, I don't know. That'll be alright to see. Don't think Sega will bring in much else to long.
Yeah, but as I say, Sega haven't really done a proper good... real... Well, I mean, I'm going to be really mean now. Sonic Colors is like looking at me like, what do you mean? But it's just like... to me, it's like the fact that they're working with Nintendo on this, and Nintendo, when they work on in-house games, like it's just them making the game, and they have like a little studio that works on it with them, but it's mainly them. The games are arts. They're art. They're masterpieces. Because Luigi's Mansion 2 was one of them. Brilliant game. Outstanding game. So it's like they can achieve so much greatness on their own.
Nintendo have anything to do with the development of Sonic Lost World, though.
I kind of hope they do, because I'm disappointed.
It's some sort of exclusive partnership. I don't really understand. I'm pretty sure Sega is making it. I don't know. But
yeah.
I don't know. Sega have made decent games in the past. But I don't know. The judge is out, really. Judge is out. Jury's out.
Well, we will have to wait and see. We will just have to sit down on Tuesday, on Monday, on Tuesday, on Wednesday, and on Thursday during E3, and just see what comes up. And if we are right, then
probably won't be.
Well, no, don't say that. I want Star Fox. I want it so bad. I really do.
Every year we say this.
It's like that classic argument that loads of people say. It's like Star Fox appears in Smash Brothers. He's one of your number one franchises, Nintendo. Why do you not treat him like one? It's like, oh, the Mario and the Zelda. Don't touch their formula. Oh no, we can't make them experimental games. But Star Fox, oh yeah, he's just cannon fodder for this.
Star Fox. Poor Star Fox.
Poor Fox.
Oh well.
Anyway, I think we have reached the end of the podcast.
Clearly we haven't figured out a way to end these things.
Yeah, we haven't figured out a way to end these things. I think we'll just say goodbye and have a good week. And well, this is E3 week, so I think you're going to have a fantastic week.
Well, it depends what console you like. But...
Well, you'll laugh, you'll cry, your life will be changed. It's going to be one of those things.
Yeah, mixture of everything.
Somehow your life will change, either for the better or for the worse. But we won't know for sure until we live it. So, I will say goodbye from me, Mark.
And goodbye from me, Andy, obviously.
And have a good week. Have a good E3 week.
Have a good E3. Hope it gives you everything you want. Hope Santa brings everything you want, you know.
Yeah.
Santa's coming early this year.
Yeah, well, it's been called the Christmas for Gamers.
It kind of is.
It kind of is. It really is. It's just like E3 gets you excited. It gets you pumped.
Yeah,
gets you going.
It does. And it's going to be good.
Going.
It's going to be good.
It's going to be good.
But seriously, go to Starbucks.
Yeah, go Starbucks now. Starbucks. Give us Starbucks. I need Starbucks now. I want Starbucks.